What's up YouTube, hello fellow questers. This is Artum from Germany featuring Marvel Puzzle Quest. And today is the continuation of my character predictions video from last week. Thank you for tuning in and let's get started into it. Just a quick reminder, last time I talked about the categories of Marvel Cinematic Universe as in the movies and the TV shows, and today I want to catch up on that and kind of talk about Marvel animation and some comic characters and personal wishes I have for the game. And yeah, you might even find some of the characters I'm going to talk about being in my previous video, so they kind of are linked between the categories. But nevertheless, let's get started. So the first Marvel animation show I want to talk about is Avengers Assemble. And before I start with Avengers Assemble, you have to keep in mind that the Marvel animation shows are have nothing to do with MCU. So not completely actually, so you have to picture it like this. So Marvel animation is kind of a cross between comics and MCU. So you have some elements from the MCU, and then you have some elements from the comics, and boom, an animation comes out of it. This is actually what Avengers Assemble is about, or Guardians of the Galaxy. While those two shows kind of take elements from MCU, they have nothing with the MCU universe in common. And Marvel Rising Secret Warriors is just the same. So let's get into Avengers Assemble. So it began in 2013 and has been going on since. It's a really cool show, I'll have to tell you. It has a lot of seasons, a lot of different characters, so many affiliations have been introduced into it. And who I would like to see from Avengers Assemble, as most of the heroes have already been established in MPQ, are some Inhumans, as you can see: Karnak, Gorgon, and Dante, aka Inferno. So those two of them, at least Karnak and Gorgon, have already made their appearance in the TV show Inhumans. You should check that out. And Dante has been featured in obviously Avengers Assemble, and he will also be in Marvel Rising Secret Warriors. He will have a major role in there, as you can see. Yeah, so some of the heroes I would love to see are mostly Inhumans, as I think most of the cool Avengers Assemble characters, as of the heroes affiliation, have already made their appearance in the game. And as for villains, I'm more of an advocate for villains. I want to see more villains in the game, as we are lacking a lot of them. So some of them might be familiar, as I have already talked about them or mentioned them in one of my other videos. So let's get started. So who I would love to see is Dracula. He is the nemesis of Blade. I don't think that Deacon Frost is going to hit MPQ soon, so maybe Dracula, King of the Vampires. And then following that is Hyperion. So Hyperion has a really cool appearance in Avengers Assemble. He kind of starts out as a hero, and then it turns out that he's actually a villain. I would really love to see him, maybe the Thunderbolts, if they can make it, maybe Ghost. I talked about Ghost in my previous video. And following Hyperion would be the Enchantress. So the Enchantress has I wouldn't say a major appearance in Avengers Assemble, but she is one of the more major villains. I would love to see her, and I think it's finally the time that MPQ introduces another villain aside from Loki, so we have a better connection to Asgard. And following the Enchantress, I would love to see Scourge. So Scourge is the Executioner who already made his appearance in Thor Ragnarok. But actually, the Scourge from Avengers Assemble and the Scourge from the comics is not the servant of Hela. He is the servant of the Enchantress. And I would really love to see him. He's a cool character, as he is also an Asgardian and has some unique features. Following Scourge would be Kang the Conqueror. So Kang the Conqueror is kinda one of my personal choices in Avengers Assemble. he's obviously a really cool character as this character who comes from the future with all that technology. So he is more in the department of Sisnek, that futuristic wizard who recreated the Marvel universe back in the comics. So I would really love to see Kang the Conqueror, as some episodes are dedicated to him and what his agenda is. And following that would be Baron Helmut Zemo. So in one of my videos, I talked about Red Skull, as there are no real Hydra characters in the game. And if you're talking about Red Skull, you could also name Baron Strucker. What I would love to see is introduction of Baron Helmut Zemo. He has some really cool episodes and scenes in Marvel Avengers Assemble, and I think he definitely deserves a spot as one villain of Captain America. I think this is the problem I see with MPQ. So as soon as a hero is released, we don't get any villains. So for some heroes we don't have villains, but I'm going to address that issue a little later. So let's get right back into it. That would be my predictions for Avengers Assemble characters if MPQ is ever going to take inspiration from the show. And the next show is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. So as Avengers Assemble, Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously also kind of tied to MCU. It's not beneath the MCU umbrella, but has some link to it. And what I would love to see Cosmo and Adam Warlock. So I talked about Adam Warlock as he already made his teaser appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the end of the movie. Sorry for the spoiler. And I could picture him in the game. I don't know if he's going to be introduced as a character of MCU or the comics or Marvel animation, but you should check out Guardians of the Galaxy. He's a really vital and essential character in some of the episodes. Cosmo is I don't know if you ever watched Guardians of the Galaxy. So Cosmo is a telepathic dog, much like Lockjaw, and I would love to see him as well. He has some cool and funny catchphrases, and I'm definitely for more animal characters in the game. As you already know, I'm more of an advocate for cool villains, so Ronan, Titus, Nebula, the Magus. So the Magus is the evil side of Adam Warlock, who has some cool appearances in the show, and also is kind of focused on in the comics. So I would really love to see the Magus. About Nebula, yeah, Nebula, I have been asking myself, so D3 Go, why is there no Nebula? Why is there no Ronan? Those two characters would make a really cool appearance in the game and kind of refresh the roster overall. And Titus is would be kind of the how would you say, the nemesis of Nova. So we don't have any Nova adversary, and Titus, obviously being a former Nova Corps member, would be a really good fit into that. Coming to the next thing is Marvel Rising Secret Warriors. It's an upcoming movie, so we don't have a concrete date, just scheduled to be released this year. And what this movie features are already some established characters in the game. So like Kamala Khan, Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, America Chavez, something like that. Then Dante will make an appearance. Patriot. So this is the new Patriot for this movie. It's Rayshawn Lucas. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I would love to see him. He's kind of more. So he's somebody who has a cool suit and has special powers as well. Maybe D3Go might think about it to introduce those characters. As for villains, I don't know which villain might hit the scene if Secret Warriors is released or introduced. So I don't know. And let's go to the last topic. So the last topic is just general comic characters or personal wishes I would love to see. So the first one would be Nick Fury Sr. That's Nick Fury Jr.'s dad. I could picture him as a 5-star. So maybe there are already some suggestions on the D3Go forum. Some people already had some cool abilities for him, and yeah, maybe D3Go will think about it and introduce him. Following him would be Emma Frost, so one of the more known Marvel mutants. I mean, she made her appearance in the Fox movie already. Marvel, no, the X-Men, sorry, the X-Men First Class. So maybe you will think about it and kind of consider introducing her. I don't know what current polls are, if she has a high chance. Following her would be Captain Marvel. So that's Marvel, the Kree one. Actually inspired the other Captain Marvels. I could see him, or yeah, he could be kind of like a 5 star if maybe even as a theme introduced to the movie, but well, I don't know. Hopefully he hits the scene because since his comic appearance, there hasn't been much stuff done with him or done to him. So maybe a little refreshment would help, kind of reintroducing the character. And following him would be Bishop, Havoc. So those two are famous X-Men characters. Havoc has made his appearance in the Fox movies just as Bishop, so I would really love to see those two, especially Havoc, as he is Cyclops' brother. In the movies, in the Fox movies, he's the older brother, but in the comics, he is the younger one. So maybe him. And Hercules. So Hercules already made his appearance in Avengers Assemble. I don't know why MPQ and D3Go haven't brought him out yet. So Ares is in the game, but Hercules isn't. Kinda fishy. So I would love to see him more of Greek mythology. Maybe you'll think about it. And then, as the conclusion, Black Cat and Kitty Pryde. So Black Cat would make a really cool appearance as she's one of Spider-Man characters. She sometimes is Spidey's love interest, and she's that cat thief. Definitely can definitely can picture her in the future. And Kitty Pryde, well, she's the mutant who can move through objects, and a potential love interest of Colossus. So maybe you'll think about that. There are other characters who I did not mention, but could definitely make a scene in the future. As you might know, I already predicted Kraven the Hunter, and maybe other Sinister Six characters are going to follow. Which leads me to the villains. So I think there are certain villains who have to be in the game to make it more fresh, like Mandarin. Come on, like Iron Man needs his nemesis. Red Skull, Captain America needs his nemesis. Sabretooth for Wolverine. The Lizard, Rhino, the leader for Hulk. Taskmaster, as Taskmaster already made his appearance in Avengers Assemble, and I could picture him also in the game, just as Crossbones, and I would love to see a Colossus Juggernaut. And for two more Sinister Six members, for the final ones to make their appearance maybe this year, Mysterio and Electro. So Electro already made his appearance as a villain in the second movie of Spider-Man, back with Andrew Garfield starring as Peter Parker. So I could picture him. And yeah, so that's actually my second part of Marvel characters, potential predictions in the future. So please let me know what you think about it. And before I end this video, a shout out to my good buddy John L. Media, with whom I always talk about characters, and we kind of mix up our thoughts whenever we meet up. So thank you very much for also inspiring me to think about certain characters in the game, John L. And another shout out for Kill Power 559. That's a guy I have discovered on Facebook. He does MPQ stuff on Twitch, so you might check him out. I'm going to link his Twitch profile into my description. Maybe you will find him amusing and entertaining. So shout out to you, Kill Power. And yeah, so I'm going to end this video. So please let me know in the comment description what you in the comment section, sorry, what you thought about my character predictions video. Do you agree with certain predictions I have? Do you disagree? What are the characters you would love to see? If you've liked the video, please leave a comment and like. Share this video so other questers might see what I have thought of concerning Marvel characters in the game. Please subscribe to my channel for more content to come in the future. Obviously more character predictions. as well. And thank you so much for the support you have shown me on Facebook, on YouTube, in the game. Thank you very much, Alliance, for playing so actively. And that was Artem. I am out. I wish you a great day. Until next time. Bye.